we're still talking about creating miracles in 2020. And there's one of the things that keeps coming up, and we've been learning for many years, is the power of the spoken word. And we're always told that words have power. Words create reality. In the beginning was the word. In the beginning was Om, the sound. The Big Bang. So it's easy for us to say, okay, watch our words, and maybe we don't say something, which is great. All of that is good progress. Like, it's, we make baby steps, we keep at it, we keep moving in that direction. One of the things is the connection between thought, word, and deed. As students on the path working towards self-mastery, we have the opportunity to say, perhaps we say something that we didn't want to say. We complain, for example. Let's say we complain about something, and then we beat ourselves up for complaining. That's part of like a vicious circle. So if we say something and then realize that we said it, and then we start beating ourselves up for saying that, and we give ourselves a hard time. Oh, I know I'm supposed to be watching my words. I'm not supposed to be saying that, supposed to this, supposed to that. And it's just creating that same energy. Thought, word, and deed, all this is manifestations of energy. So, pardon me. All this is energy. Where the energy helps. It's a symbiotic relationship, but the energy is bringing out the thought, which brings the word, which ultimately brings a deed. The thought creates the energy. So we would pose to you, to us, to not only say thought, word, deed, but energy, thought, word, and deed. What is the energy doing that's creating these manifestations of thought and word? So we have this opportunity when we say something and realize that we said something, and perhaps even before we say something, maybe we think something. We have the opportunity to use one of the many tools that we've been given to heal this energy, to work with this energy, to transmute this energy into light. And so we definitely have the Ho'oponopono. The number one thing is try not to, and we say don't try not to, but it's also to work with the energy, be with it, don't repel it. Don't repel the energy, don't push it away. Don't beat yourself up for having a negative thought. I don't like that person, I don't blah blah blah, or as a teacher, they never have any paper for the copy machine. It's like saying they never do that, and that's just not true. So we have the opportunity to shift the energy. Ho'oponopono is a great tool. And we can even get to a point where before the thought even comes, we can recognize its energetic presence within us and start to transmute that energy The energy is so pliable. Making a thought is like jailing the energy, or capturing the energy into a limitation. Speaking it as a word further crystallizes this energy that we are forming in that manner. And then the deed, if we actually do something, that is further crystallizing this energy. That's how we are manifesting. That's how we are bringing these miracles about. So if the thought comes, it's not to backpedal, but it's to recognize and realize the energy that's happening, to be with it, to love it, frankly, to give it love, to love the energy, even if it's something that we don't really like. We think, oh, I'm being a jerk, or I'm being a whiner or a complainer, and we start labeling. So even if the label does come up, the judgment, just send it love. Send it love in the first place. And don't push against it and try to hide it, or try to ignore it or reject it. Let it be what it is. And let the understanding come. And this understanding energy and love energy that you can give it will transmute the energy into light. And this is what helps us to let go. And this is kind of a second part that we're sharing, is letting go. So these energetic patterns, and it's not just us, these patterns are sort of part of a societal habit. We were speaking with Reverend Tara about this TV show where the guy has made this really popular TV show based on complaining. And he manifests things that he doesn't like all the time. And it's not just, and that's what we're manifesting, like, by watching it and laughing. And it is like to laugh, to love, to go like, oh, this is why it's important to watch your thoughts, words, and on another level, your energy. What's the energy doing? So we, as light workers, we are working with light and energy, and it's not just our something that's being created from us. Many of us see people complaining all the time, or part of the time. If you watch the news, people are complaining all the time on TV. And saying how bad things are, and this and that, and quite often recently too, we've been hearing people say stuff about, like, the world is really going down the tubes, like, type of stuff. And so we have a choice energetically with what we're going to do, and we don't have to do anything. That's the other part of doing our meditative practices. To just be in that space. If you're feeling a certain way or a certain energy's coming, just let the energy, and it's not that the energy takes over us, because we are that, and we have all this, rainbow and these faucets of light and energy that we're always working with. And we know that. And it's not to ignore certain parts, but it's to allow it to expose itself so that it can be transmuted. And as you're transmuting energy, this is also a process of letting go. These patterns of speaking, patterns of thinking, patterns of behavior can be released. And this is how we transmute the energy to truly let go. Truly let go and to move in a different direction or to change up certain things in our life. And to create space for these miracles to happen. And letting go, again, it's an energy. So if you're letting go of an old type of thinking, or I always say this, I always say, that's never going to happen. Like, let's say if you always say that's never going to happen, and then you decide, I'm going to let go of saying that. Don't get too wrapped up in the feelings. It's okay to feel what the feelings experience when you want to say it, but you've already made the decision not to say that anymore. And there could be like a little push-pull feeling of, okay, I'm not doing that anymore. I let go of that. Feel the push-pull. Feel the push-pull. See what it is that you're still hanging on to. And then keep letting go. We are the master. We are the master of our energy. We are the master of our thoughts. We are the master of our words and the master of our deeds. And we know often it might not always feel that way, but it is, we are co-creators in God. So creating this space allows for miracles to manifest. What are we manifesting? What is our energy attracting? Do we believe that there is lack everywhere? Do we believe there is abundance everywhere? What energy are we putting out? If we believe there's lack everywhere and we're dead set on having that belief, how does this help humanity? If we believe the world is going to pot, oh my gosh, how does having that energy and that belief and those thoughts and those words contribute to the energy of the planet? If we believe that there is abundance, that not to worry because all will be provided for, and that's the energy that we're sending out, how does that help humanity and the planet? If we see the world as healing and getting better, and and it's not to do black and white either. True master doesn't go one way or the other. True master is now. So how does that impact the energy of the planet and create space for the channel? So the main thing about the power of the spoken word here is, don't be hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up, because that's also that energy, that same energy. If you catch yourself doing it, use one of the practices, practice the presence, ho'oponopono, love, forgiveness, that Tibetan breath where you know, breathe in and send out love to all who are experiencing it. Let every move we make and every step that we take be a blessing for humanity. And see the light, you know, expanding and expanding, and all good things. And if quote unquote bad things do happen, let the healing take place. Let it be a teacher of love and understanding, so that we can manifest and co-create and help and truly like help humanity right now. So thank you for joining us today. We will now have a rainbow bridge meditation